Sharon wants to, her mother to see my bed. She wants to see.
Was he been in the country? Did he fly to Atlanta or New York? Oh, how did you like that? Oh, another video.
Open a room with me. Outside. Outside.
What would y'all like to sing next?
Watch Black Hawk. I just know it's Okay, girls, here it goes. Goes another picture.
You forgot me.
I got you earlier when you weren't looking.
Yes. You got me earlier.
I did.
La 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 la
See, I'll share. Y'all know this. Anyone, if you'll sit out there in the middle of the floor, I'll bring your packages to you. Amanda.
And look on the camera.
You have to let us know who things are from, too.
Sit back. So they can say. Okay. This is Martha and this is them. Here's Erica. Here's Erica, y'all. This is what Erica does. She must take Erica. I mean, I'm sitting here. And then she's sitting Country Harry, where's the birthday? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ew. Ew. Malik. Yes. Another one from. Yeah, you can get into it. This is from. Where is it? May read their name. They have a tag. It's from Mama. It's from Mama. Can we go get her?
Oh, Emily, you're going to enjoy reading this one.
From the Miss Basil. Give it to Warner. Emily, that's a. This is from
We'll have to ask you.
Jean Grey. Jean Grey. Jean Grey. Well, this is here. This is here. Then we demonstrator again. Okay. Demonstrator. Okay. Demonstrator. Okay, I won't do it. I want to have a little night. I know, she is very careful. She's taking it. It's not how big it is. Okay. All your gifts. Okay, I Okay, we stick this to the card. This is this. Ow. Sorry. Thank you. I enjoy it. Okay, this is from Memo.
No, you've already opened Emma.
I know, it's a card.
Thank you.
Read the front of it. Can I read it? Read it. Okay, I'll read it out loud. Okay, here, Bear. For your granddaughter, because you're loved so much. The joy you bring, I'll put it here in just one reason. Okay, Mary Cheetah. I didn't put that one. Here. That's from me, Emily. Thank you. That goes for everybody. There, okay? I know, it's from Mary Watson.
Oh, I'm in your way. I'm standing right
Here. What is
Move
it?
it over here.
What's it?
Yeah, I got it. Well, I didn't even think about it. Susan's been taking pictures, so it didn't make any difference.
Open it.
This one was just wrong to have it on.
There's not enough light here for this camera.
So this is Emily, get on with it. Okay.
Do you like it?
Hurry up. Don't worry. Be careful when you open it.
Yeah, it's fragile when you start unwrapping.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Sharon. To the
I might be leaving in about 10 minutes. I don't want Eric to be there with Do you have one? Do you have one?
Thanks for everybody's present, but I haven't finished cooking. She wants me to sing. This is for Miss Crocker. Is this Thanks, Mary. We don't worry about it. She laughed it. She laughed it. This is for Miss Proctor. Yeah, open it very properly. Okay, Miss Proctor. She's right in front of you.
Miss
Right in
Proctor.
front of you. Okay, in front of her. Stationary. It's stationary. Stationary. It's right here.
Don't open them now, honey. They're liable to sit.
Stationary. I'll sit I'll support presents and take this. Get more presents.
Maybe just, yeah.
See, I had to play. Yeah, away. Emily, this goes to the front. Emily,
Emily.
Terry, Emily, Terry. Who's telling her to behind you? Erica was telling her to tear it. I know, but she has to be careful. Emily, I think they get this. There's two things Emily can do. There's one right there. It smells good. Where's my package?
You have to open it up.
What'd you get? What is it? You put it in your bag. You put it in your bag.
For Victorian ladies.
Read the card. Miracle Dramatics.
Oh, Emily, that is neat.
I'll hold it right there. I want to watch her here. My funny here. It's a book, wasn't it? And birthday. Whatever. You're on tape.
I know. That's a good day.
I was saved on my birthday present. I had a ton of presents. Oh, no, Emily's not done yet. But yours is after Christmas. When is Christmas? Emily. 30, is that the 30th? Yeah. Emily, actually, Emma. Emily, maybe get taller this year. Emily. Under the table there. Under the table. It's actually just a periscope and it reflects the picture that you're More stationery with your name on it this time. Look at that you're holding. Mom! Another stationery something. You know what this one is? Get it over with. You know what that one is? Get it behind you with the other one. She did the other one. Emily, she did the other one. Mom, tell her to fly me and say, she does. You said you would open it Don't be like Erica.
Grab my children. That icing left over from these cookies. He didn't want me to throw it out. He wanted me to. I mean, there was no. You're well. know, but still, I don't think, like, in the, hey, ready?
Thanks for coming, Erica.
I was thinking about it last night. She doesn't want it. I mean, my sister could stay on. I mean, you know, she's well, probably Fred's mother, you know. Well, she will. My sister said she That's the way. Thank you.
Olive, would you like to wash your?
Well, I guess we want some ham.
Pamela?
I'm not surprised. Yeah. I called her.
Here's
My mother said she was really
She said,
Can't do this right here. I love peanut.
Clay for making things for mom.
And I love it, don't you,
I
Mom?
wonder what craft show
Sharing
you got it at. I'm like,
Oh, if you find it,
Take the
I will.
directions and let's I didn't do it. What?
we got too much going on here. We can't do that.
Yes, what they're going. You're a good piano player. She told me to say. I'm honest. She told me to say you're a good piano. You are. She didn't want to say it out loud.
I think we all heard it.
Okay.
Probably heard it down the street.
Yeah. This is cute. It's the car's giving us.
What's your favorite Christmas song, Emily?
Mm.
Oh, Okay, Warner.
Next.
Silent Night.
Really?
Dang miles.
I don't know where Bob put it.
Mom, can I spend the night? No.
Mom, if she had said yes, well, we would not have been able to.
Somebody's got the same ones.
Mom, can I
Today we are going to enjoy Warner's 11th birthday. Warner, turn around to the camera. Today is his 11th birthday. Will Phipps, rowing a strike. Ready to row a strike. Warner Lawrence, close to a strike. Second ball. There it goes. Warner. Hot shot.
Did you get a strike?
Spare. Stepping up the bowl. Hold on. There we go. You got another chance. Second shot. There he goes. Great try.
Burns, look at Burns.
For a strike. For a strike. Boom. Way to go, Morgan. One for a strike. For a strike. Oh no, a gutter ball. Second ball. Come on in there.
Okay,
For a strike. Here we go. Oh, you got it, Burns. Come on, Burns. Oh. Camera fright. Oh, that's... Oh. A strike. Go, Emily. Gutter ball. For a strike. Poor Allie. Way to go. Good try. One more try. Here we go. Whoa, come back. Good shot. Good try. Here we go. Oh.
on your line. Everybody look for who is up now and then you go up. Y'all think I just don't want to have to wait on you.
Girl Scout and guests, let's say the pledge of allegiance to our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, latch and wings, so that you may fly up to bigger things. You third grade mothers, they will get a sash in junior. Wait until the girl comes to get you. Okay, second graders, what are you all gonna say? Now it's time to say goodbye. Break the ring and out you fly. Elizabeth. Wait. One of y'all come. Okay, girls, loud and clear.
Now it's time to say goodbye. Break the ring and out you fly.
Mary Chi. Okay.
Now it's time to say goodbye. Break the ring and out you fly.
Jennifer. Elizabeth. Amanda.
Break the ring and out you fly.
Tingray.
It's time to say goodbye. Break the ring and out you fly.
Sharon.
Now it's time to say goodbye. Break the ring and out you fly.
Emily. Can we give Ed? Thank you all so much for coming, and now I'd like for the new junior scouts to get their gifts and take them to the refreshment table. And second graders, your turn to be first is next year, okay? Thank you all.
You say it just like that.
Everybody.
We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There is such a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, make a better day. Happy birthday, Mark. Do our best. At his school, academics were expected to achieve.
Can you guys tell me why we're here?
There's nothing more. Damn happy. The foggiest idea.
Can y'all tell me why we're here?
Guys, we're over here, guys.
We will have to learn.
Speak up.
What year is it?
1988.
July, and boy, is it ever July.
Is it hot today?
It's about 96 in the shade. No, the boys are gonna have 3 days at Weeblos camp.
Camp Webelos Camp. Boys are unloading.
All right.
They're in Den 6 and they're headed for Cherokee.
It's also got stuff on the bottom of it.
And there's 5 people in this group that get everything going.
Where's my staff helper in training? Oh, yeah. Mine.
I'm Dad here, and this is such a standard room. I'm gonna have the hottest thing in this place, cause I'm gonna be on the top bunk. It's gonna rise.
I bet you're gonna love it.
Yeah, just a couple
I am
of
gonna love it, but it's gonna be too.
little wasp nest right here, a couple of spiders right there. It shouldn't be no problem for them, really.
Warner, what are you doing?
Please.
Making his bunk.
I'm gonna make
Right now, guys, if you wait to make your bunks until it's sundown, or right at sundown, it'll be a lot cooler.
Is this
Okay.
what you use?
It's been a pleasure. Wait a minute, honey. Let's get out of the way.
Bye, Dad.
We're in the way.
Y'all bugs are gonna kill y'all in there.
No, they're gonna do fine.
Dad. See you. See you, Mom.
No, I'm gonna miss you guys.
If anything tries to kill me, I'll be sure to
I'll tell
test.
This is their campsite where they're gonna be spending the next 2 nights.
Guess what? I got a peephole.
A peephole.
He'll be heaving high. I'll get. They'll be sleeping on top of this. I'm not a Girl Scout. I'm a junior Girl Scout. Oh, Girl Scout. You're not a Girl Scout. Yes, I am. She's a junior.
Well, this appears to be some sort of primitive watering fountain. The water's a little brown here, and but the boys will enjoy it. I'm sure that they'll have a big time here.
So they just sort of line up at the trough.
Yeah, yep. I guess
Well,
this
that's
is where
not-
they brush their teeth, and I guess the outhouse is in there.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's right. This is the outhouse.
From the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, it's the Red Raiders. Oh, wait. You pick on this guy too much.
The Weeble Scouts. It's early in the morning. We've had a little snow and ice on the tents.
6:30.
It's 8:30.
Quarter to 6 here.
We have Robin Tyler leading our athletes.
We've got these boys on a good stereo program, a steroid program. We think they'll. Okay, guys. We're going to do a vertical. Which way is vertical? You sure it's not this way? What's this called? What's this called?
That's horizontal.
Good for you. Good for you.
Here's our tent situation.
All right, now why don't you jump up? Y'all come here. You got to go on it.
Mom, how about I athlete?
All right, guys.
Mr. Hitchcock over there cooking breakfast. Got lots of help.
I gotta get my gloves. Hey, Pop.
We got some tough boys out here. See how the wind is blowing? It's probably about 35 degrees. Might be 40. The dads, they've really been toughing it out.
What about the sons?
They are in here in the kitchen enjoying their warm coffee.
Look at the wuss with his head on, you know, outside.
John? My press meeting with the Olympic Committee, and they decided for this event, what you have to do is you have to come here and reach up there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bottom of this where it is, and then put the top, and you've got to jump up and touch the top of this thing.
Okay.
All right, so Morgan, like this. You've got to do. You can't go. You've got to have at least 1 foot here, and just jump straight up, like a jump shot. Okay. Up there close. Just go off it right there. All right,
So
now
I just go.
you've got to jump to the top of that thing.
Some ice falling right now.
All right. I'll say you passed it.
Yeah.
All right, Austin.
I'm probably loving it.
Warner Lawrence, okay, up there
That
close,
ain't
buddy.
scared hidden in there.
Okay, man. Here we go. Oh, he touched right to the top of it. All right, Burns. Okay, my man. Here you go. Jump right to the top of it. One more time. All right, you got the top of it. Good job. Okay. There he goes. Oh! I got about a 12 on that one. All right.
This is our cooker.
Well, not much of a cooker this early in the morning, but and the equipment's not quite as fancy as it is over at Cook's Corner, that's for sure, or in your own home. And the hail now is dropping on top of the griddle. At least
That's a sizzle.
At least it's some form of ice. We haven't quite figured out what it is, but I believe it's hail.
See if we can catch this on camera. Go, here is the ice on the edge of the tent. Can you see that, folks? There it is.
Don't think we don't rough it. This is no wuss camp.
That tree right here behind the farm, I'll be living there. He said they just snap all the time. He said they fall across these cars out here. You will go this side of the street. Where's Bobby?
600-yard run. Look at these boys heading in here. Got the lead car. There they go. Here they are.
Here, Mom.
Here we go. We have all the dads loaded up. Can you do that one more time for me? One more time.
Let's go with the launch. Get in there. I'll get this.
Dad, get my raincoat in there.
smile. Give me a big smile.
Okay, guys.
Don't run over me.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Adios. Have a good day. Away.
Have fun.
Have fun.
All right.
The one lone mom saying goodbye. Yay!
Where's the pocketbook?
In 1988, we have Warner, who is the mummy. He's just been to see Ramses and is into mummies. Here we have Emily over here, who's going to be a punk rock ghost in a little bit. And we have this room all set up and ready to go for all our friends. Having pizza and hot mulled cider in a little bit. And watch the movie Poltergeist. Sharon, can you tell me who you are this year?
Well, I'm an Egyptian girl from.
We're getting ready to leave for Williamsburg, and we've just discovered that there might be a need for a map. Everybody is loaded up in this fancy van. 7 o'clock in the morning. We have toothpicks to hold our eyes open.
Good morning.
Get this basket of fruit on video. And here we have the boys back here. And the girls. Being zapped. Sounds like it might be a long trip.
It's going to be short. Amanda, did you get your Craftsman deal?
No.
We're Colonial Williamsburg, waiting for the bus to take us to the historic area. I hear it coming. And all the moms are videoing.
We're getting ready to put them in jail, I might add. Mine's on there. Serious. It is serious. I don't want to buy yours.
Down Gloucester Street, whichever.
They would have some stock on the shelves.
Right. All the items that you would find in here, probably 90% have not been made here.
What would happen if someone needed a size, like today, I can't get 13s in a lot of stores.
In shoes,
Yeah.
then you go to your bootmaker. It's a hat shop. Then we were basically a department store, so we would sell, imported items, all imported. We sell jewelry, imported shoes.
Tavern is one of our oldest establishments here in Williamsburg. We're dealing with the 18th century. Unfortunately, the building that all of the gentlemen used in the 18th century was destroyed by a fire in the 1800s. So the building today is a very accurate reconstruction and has been rebuilt over the original foundations. And just as the Raleigh Tavern wasn't this large all at once, and so true in the 18th century, lakes west all the way out to the Mississippi River. So double this amount in size. That's the colony. Communication is necessary. Coming into a tavern, all of you do not know each other now, but tomorrow morning you all would. By name, you would know each other's families by name, and you would also know what businesses everyone was in and why you were here. Cookies, cakes, sauce.
This is Sally's bread. She's waiting to let it out. That's good. This is a white loaf. This is cornbread. Queen's cake. Also.
You want to taste one?
This is apple pastries.
Shrewsbury cakes and oatmeal cakes and gingerbread.
Hot or cold? Folks, do y'all want to step back, please?
Apple pasty from the bake shop and her cold cider around the well. Apple pasty. Playing on the cellar door.
Like, let's stand there from the side, you know.
Go and dance with them, Emily.
Brad, move your back out of the picture. Missile!
That is a fish slice. That was made by a female silversmith by the name of Hester Bateman. It was not the norm to see female silversmiths, but it was not unheard of either. And the first registered female silversmith in England was in 1513.
How come you have holes in the
Well, when we do any filing or cutting, we'll go to a station with an apron like this and collect shavings in the bottom of the aprons. When the shavings fall to the floor, they fall in the openings of the grid. The grid prevents us from tracking silver outside the shop, but allows us to reclaim the silver off the floor. Do a flat sheet like this. Now this is a whole lot more fun. This is a whole lot of fun. We're doing a whole lot of hammering, and we love hammering here in the shop.
1 to 5 hours.
5 hours for that ingot to go into a flat sheet. Of course, the excitement we get at hammering that into a flat sheet. Where is it? Oh well, I'll find it later. Of course, it's not as exciting as maybe hammering another bigger ingot into a flat sheet, but it'll do it in a pinch. Draw these circle lines as it gives us a guideline as to where to hammer. You see, if you don't have this guideline, what you're basically forced to do is to randomly hammer this piece into shape. And I can tell you right now, if you randomly hammer a piece into shape, the only thing you're likely to get is a randomly shaped object. So we'll draw the circle lines and go up to a tool like this called a stake, put our project against the stake and start hammering along the circle lines. And as we're doing that, we raise the metal up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. So using this process called raising, we can shape this piece in any shape we want. Why don't you go ahead and pass this around. Now be careful not to drop it on your foot, it is heavy. That's a bigger ingot. Now once we finish shaping it, it's going to have hammer marks like this all over. Now a lot of people today like these hammer marks because it gives your piece the handmade appearance. Well, to the colonial silversmith, this is a sign of bad craftsmanship, and we have to get rid of these hammer marks. To do that, we use a process called planishing. Now in simple terms, planishing is nothing more than hammering out hammer marks with a hammer. That's all it is. So by the time we're finished scratching, it'll be as shiny as that tray up there. Now that tray's got 72 ounces of silver in it and takes us 140 hours to make. Of the 140 hours, 55 to 60 hours is hand polishing. In the colonial period, it would have sold for about 50 pounds. Your average income journeyman made about 30 pounds a year, so you're talking roughly 20 months of work to pay for it, so it's quite expensive. Enough shavings in the bottom of the aprons. Sometimes the shavings fall to the floor and they fall in the openings of the grid. The grid does two things for us. It prevents us from tracking silver outside the shop, but also allows us once a year to lift the grid, sweep the floor, remove the impurities, and reclaim the silver off the floor. What we get from the floor and the aprons, approximately 100 ounces of silver a year. That's enough to make a coffee pot and 2 wine goblets, or 3 of those ingots that you're passing around right now. By the way, do you know what that ingot is? What we can make with that ingot? Not like that one right up there. Well, if you got any questions, please feel.
And when do you, I mean, is this in the process or after it's done, or what?
After it's all done, you polish it up with pumice, tripling, Jeweler's Rouge.
Is it like a silver polish today?
Well, no, not really like today, because what we're using these for is like you use sandpaper on wood. For the shape, and cut out a blank. And then take our blank, put it on an anvil, put our blank over the die, spoon punch over the blank, and hit it with a sledgehammer, and it forms the bowl of the spoon.
How long does it take to make one? A teaspoon?
A teaspoon take about 4 hours to make.
And a tablespoon?
Same thing. They're more or less the same thing.
Have the Capitol. Leather hanging for the covers, future covers.
What are those used for? That. This is for sewing the book. See, the book is made up of a folded sheet of paper. This is how it's printed. And then that's folded, and you just sew it, and you don't thread. You go through fold and they make loops, so then there's cords, and that's what holds it together.
Why does it have like those screws that go up and down? Why doesn't
Well, if you want to move this bar up here, let's say you're sewing a lot of bolts and you want to move this bar off, just you turn the screws up.
Some of these books haven't been written in. Are they gonna write in?
Yeah, they're blank books that people would buy and write in themselves. If you wanted to use it for your accounts or diary or something like that.
But this is, yeah, sometimes the answers we're understanding, in fact, sometimes on weekends they will go out to go out and visit their children
And now this is ready to go up on Mr. Rope there with the rest of the work we've done today. The uppercase E's, and you never find it. So,
Mom, you have taken pictures of everything.
like to look at it.
One letter.
My God.
And you have to hold it in your hand. Hold it in the palm of your hand.
It's an E.
Well, hold it. So she's trying
If
to
you
read
hold
it.
it,
right here on this end? I really
yeah, well,
can't
if
see.
you hold the piece tight, there's a little notch.
I see the notch.
Yeah, okay. Now the notch is at the back of the letter on the bottom. So if you hold it with the notch in the back
I
up,
see.
you should be able to see the letters. It's a lowercase account.
That is minute.
Well, yeah, I wish that's not the smallest one we got. We don't keep this. That is,
Just to keep you warm,
yeah.
but no use as far as printing goes.
Not really. I mean, I guess you could conceivably scrape the chimney soot out of there to make ink with, but it's going to have pieces of brick and garbage in it.
How in the world can you see this?
Well, you don't have to see it, unless you're putting it back.
What this is it's a spin mold, and you use it.
It's not a mold, Emily.
Spoon swage.
It's a screw.
Spoon swage.
Swage. Swage. And
Hold
you
on
put
to
a
that
spoon
there.
And you put this like that, and you take a sledgehammer and you just hit it. You're not gonna hit it, are you?
Didn't you see
I don't think so.
Do you want me to?
Sure.
Nah.
Thank you. And a spoon.
Makes the bowl of the spoon.
And he's making. How many bowls are you making?
140 of them. Looks like this.
Can I bring you back your file?
He's making 140 bowls for President Reagan. No,
No.
who knows?
For a lot, for a rich person.
Yeah. This is really nice. Thank you. Mom, don't forget your stuff.
Yes, the Christmas parade, I get to.
How you doing? Enjoying your stay here so far?
Yeah.
Well, this is a silversmith shop of Mr. James Craig. He operated this shop from 1765 to 1794. This cabinet to my left has antiques in it that are 200 to 300 years old. Those items are from England. Mr. Craig advertised he was a silversmith, a jeweler, and an importer of English goods. And we use that display to represent his English import business. Everything else in this shop you see made of silver are items we have recently made in the shop ourselves. These guys.
Get a picture of the pots up there.
Got a display over on that other table. And that's how we, gives you a little bit of an idea how we go about making a bowl like those. To make a bowl, what we'll do is start by taking an ingot of silver like this, and we'll hammer it into a flat sheet. From the flat sheet, we'll cut out the basic shape of our bowl. Bowl's round, so we'll cut out a circular disc. Upon this disc, we'll draw a series of circles. The reason we draw these circle lines is it gives us a guideline as to where to hammer. You see, if you don't have this guideline, what you're basically forced to do is to randomly hammer this piece into shape. And I can tell you right now, if you randomly hammer a piece into shape, the only thing you're likely to get is a randomly shaped object. So we'll draw the circle lines and go up to a tool like this called a stake, put our project against the stake and start hammering along the circle lines. And as we're doing this, we're raising the metal up a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. So using this process called raising, we can shape the piece in any shape we want. Once we finish shaping it, it's going to have hammer marks like this piece has all over it. To remove the hammer marks, we use a process called planishing, which in simple terms is nothing more than hammering out hammer marks on a hammer. What we're doing is taking a hammer with a flat, highly polished surface head, and as we hit the metal, we leave the impression of the hammerhead on the surface of the metal. Since the hammerhead is flat and highly polished, we leave flat and highly polished impressions, and if we cover a piece with these impressions and overlap them, we make the whole thing very smooth. Once we finish planishing the piece, we'll then polish it using pumice, Tripoli, and jeweler's rouge.
All right, Chowning's Tavern, eating outside. Yeah. All right, Chowning's Tavern. Getting ready for our wonderful dinner.
We finally get
outside on the patio.
We had sugar and bread all day. We had sugar and bread since 6 o'clock this morning.
That is the truth.
A little bit of coffee.
And we're looking forward to what?
Now we're looking forward to
Brunswick
roast duckling.
stew. Yeah, we're
pork
thinking
back
big.
ribs,
Roast duckling.
roast prime rib, Virginia ham, and most of all, we're looking forward to a little. Right after Thanksgiving, and here we are up in the mountains getting ready to go get our Christmas tree. One we picked out in November that we ready to go cut our tree. Evidently, we aren't the only ones who like the idea of coming up and cutting our own Christmas tree. Got their own tree in the back. He has as many Christmas trees as this guy. Definitely in the heart of Christmas tree country. We see one getting tied up. See, it's fat. Abracadabra. Now it's skinny. Here we go, looking for the tree. Over hill, over dale. Look at Morgan and Amanda in the back of the truck. And away we go.
Here we are, out on the hillside, hunting for the tree. We have no idea where it is. Where is the Christmas tree?
Here's a little hill.
That's where I'm looking on.
Where's the Christmas tree?
I don't know.
Kind of by itself.
There's Amanda.
Hard time getting this pin right. It's what to write up
Hey, Mom, this one's a good one.
There are a lot of good trees in here.
Sure are. Where's the Christmas tree?
There's a Christmas tree, Mark.
Go back to your tree. You don't keep the thing from and go out and come back.
Wow.
We stole that one so fast.
Is this the tree?
Yeah.
Are y'all happy?
Tell us what happened, Morgan. Tell us on the video what happened.
Somebody stole our tree.
Somebody stole the Christmas tree?
I bet I know who it was.
Who?
The Grinch.
Are we mad about it?
Where are y'all hiding?
Amanda, this is where the box were.
Well, we've come up with an alternate decision after you spent the whole day. Here we are, chopping down the Christmas tree. I bet they wonder what happened to us over there in that other place.
Be nice. You want me to? I need to move so you can drive closer, though.
Lawrence's tree. We hope this one will be wonderful. Yeah, but Morgan and Greg, Morgan jumped over the Christmas tree stick. A 1, a 2, a 3, a boom. Okay.
Yay!
Let's see Amanda's Christmas tree shirt. Doesn't she look like a little Christmas tree farmer girl? there go the trees. Into the truck. Geronimo. That's a big tree. Morgan, you've got... That's a big tree.
Mom, I can't show you. We have to walk about 11 feet.
I think that's the biggest one we've ever had. Once it timbered. That's going to take up the whole entrance hall and then we might not be able to get to the back of the house.
We have to walk all the way down there.
Morgan, awesome job, even if it was below. It's been there. It's been tough, but they made it. Y'all are blurry. You're blurry.
Here's the Christmas tree.
Here's the Christmas tree crew. We're heading for Greensboro with all our trees. And here comes the truck.
Whoa!
Wait, what, Pooh?
I got something. I got something. I got
We
something.
got everything for Christmas.
And there's another little one in here.
Okay.
Whoa!
We have the Lawrences. We have the Doughtons. We got all the country.
Here's the man that we kept out in the trees.
That's all right. He just didn't have to work as hard. Let's just come stay around. Let's go.
Morning show as well. Greg's already in our kitchen with Mary James Lawrence, and Greg, I'm headed that way.
Mike, this ought to be illegal. 10 minutes before 8 o'clock in the kitchen with Mary James Lawrence, and things are smelling good, and listen to this. Yeah, they're sounding good too. Mary James, what do we have this morning?
Well, today we're going to make an island black bean soup. You can make, they're all different flavors of these soups. They're packaged bean soup mixes. And this time of the year when you want to go out shopping, finish your Christmas shopping, it's nice to put something on the stove and have it waiting for you when you get home and not a lot of mess and
They're
fuss.
packaged like this?
Yes, yes. That happens to be the one with the beef base. And then we have one that has a little bit of corn in it and some beans, and each one has a spice packet. Then this is a white bean soup, Provençal, sort of a French flavor. Hey, Mike.
Hi there. Good morning.
Good
I had
morning.
to come over here and see what was the
You weren't going to miss
smell
out, were you?
was. Yes.
Okay, well then you're going to have to work if you come over here.
Oh, Lord.
You get to cry.
You get the onions.
Do I get the onions today?
You know, it's like the last one here doesn't get their
Now,
choice.
what am I supposed to do with the onions?
Okay, we've already sliced this side off. Now I'm going to get it started for you, and then you're
Thank
going
you.
to slice down like this, going across, and
Oh,
then
I
I
can
want you to
handle
hold your hand like this and slice up. It's the easiest way to chop an onion. And if you do it quickly, you won't cry.
Can you sing a sad song if you start crying?
Oh, yes. Oh, so
me.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Now, wait a minute. You don't forget you've got to come across.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just start chopping.
My hand is going. You don't need your hand to talk on television. Okay.
Are you left-handed?
Yes, ma'am. Is that bad?
Well, no wonder it's backwards. Has anybody told you to do things backwards? It's because you're left-handed. All you left-handed people. That's right. No.
Okay, we cut down
Now,
like
Greg,
this.
you have a
Is this like
dangerous
couple
job.
of monkeys or what?
It is. Now we're going to cut the carrot. You've already cut it across. You couldn't stand it. You had to. A good sharp chef's knife is also very important for what we're doing. Mike, you're doing a good job over here.
Careful with your
Now you're going to start chopping down. Make little crab fingers. You stick that finger out there, it's going to get cut off.
Crab fingers, okay.
That's like that.
Okay, don't want to lose my finger.
Okay.
Now, I'll come back up this way, right?
Yes, but let's not slice towards your hand.
Well, how am I going to go slice it then?
You're
if I
going to
want
hold your hand up here.
Excuse me, okay.
You know what you ought to do? Maybe something on cooking
Now
safety
come
somewhere.
across. Chef's knives are important, but not if you don't know how to use them.
Well, I don't know how to use one, and I'm scared to
Put
death.
those fingers out there,
Thank
so
you.
there.
One of those Propel food processors.
Nothing
maybe
like
that
making a fool of yourself on the Convotic show, is it? Okay, now can I just come
Our
straight down?
garlic's going to be
Well,
burned before we get our.
Let's get this stuff down here. I come down this way, right?
Okay, we've got. Yes, you do. Right, you're going.
I
what
figured
you're
that out
doing
already
is.
here.
Now I have
Amen.
already taken the liberty of doing the celery, so y'all didn't have to do that.
Ready?
Say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mary
teacher.
James.
Now what?
Okay, here's the
Smash together.
celery. We've got about 2 cups of celery going in the pot. And I cut up some of the carrots for you. You doing okay?
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay, here are the carrots. 2 cups.
Onions. Gotta love them.
You left half the onion.
How am I supposed to do? I
We
can't.
need every
I'm
bit
gonna
of
slice
it.
my hand off. Okay.
Don't do that.
And we don't want the root in back there in the
Oh,
back.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, turn up the heat.
Gosh, I never knew cooking could be like this.
What do we have here?
That's your crushed clove of garlic.
Okay.
And we've already put 5 cloves in, but since these were big, we sort of judged. You want a nice, healthy amount of garlic, so throw the garlic in.
Wait, hold. Don't cut it up. or
It'll be
anything.
all right.
It'll be all right.
I would
okay.
probably cut it up, but I
Okay.
don't want to risk that.
Pretend
with
we
you.
cut it up.
Okay, we're going to take the rest of the carrots.
Greg, is this thing looking good over there, whatever it is?
You're doing great, Mike.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, you're gonna have a lot of onions, there's no doubt about that.
We've got some tasso here. This is a smoked pork tenderloin from New Orleans, and it makes soup wonderful. Or you can use a smoked hock. Now, dump that in.
Now, this is a gift idea, right?
Great gift idea. Wrap it in a
Watch that arm when you bring it
Christmas.
over here, Mary Jane.
I know. Wrap it in a Christmas towel, and you've got it. Okay, here go the beans. Now, there's a little packet of spices in here. Don't dump those in. Now, open the spices,
Enough of
Greg.
this. That's about all the onion you're gonna get, I'm sorry.
I'm going to reach behind you this time.
Oh, a little water?
A little water. We need 8 cups of water. Dump the spices in. Go for it.
Let's do it together.
Do it together, okay.
And if Eric continues to laugh over there, I'm gonna make him eat all of this, okay?
There's one problem. Our onions never got cooked, but they'll cook in the soup.
Okay, do I put these in?
Put them in.
I mean, if I cut them, I get to
And
put them
dinner's
in,
ready.
right?
We can go shopping for the rest of the
Hold
day.
on, I gotta get all these
You can
onions
also
in
take the leftovers and stick them in the
Excuse me,
freezer.
I gotta put
God,
this-
the counter was
You ready?
Go for it.
Okay, man.
It would have been nice if they had sizzled in the olive oil a bit.
Hey, now these are great.
This is kind of a stocking stuffer, let's say pot stuffer. You could put this in a towel, give them a bag.
Right, or a great teacher gift. Teachers would love to get something like this, or a neighbor gift.
And if they missed all this recipe, get a hold of Mary James at the Cook's Corner. You can, she'd be glad to give it to you, won't you?
Yes, waving those onion hands
Oh,
around.
gosh.
I think she needs to give a lesson on cooking safety. I could use it.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot
All
for
right, we'll
coming
do
here.
some cookies maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
That's safe.
Oh, that would be safe. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us. I gotta go wash my hands. This is awful.
Appreciate music and dance in colonial America. Ms. Booth and Mr. O'Connor give us opportunities to do research and to understand the knowledge of this array. Thank you for joining us in our colonial celebration. Oh well. We're finished. Yay! The colonists etiquette peddler to be invited to stay at someone's house. Are we going night skiing?
Are you crazy?
Doesn't matter, Amanda. To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Emily. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's the kind I like. Oh, it's a birthday. It's pretty. 10 candles. these you can put stuff on them. Look at these shiny ones.
Oh, yeah.
Diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires.
Rhinestones. Emily, you got
I'm gonna go with some other box. Hide it.
Oh, sure. It's a bear.
Oh, cute. It's a cute belt. We'll put that on the end of your French braid.
That
goes with the outfit you got at
goes with Scotty.
Let's put that on your French braid.
1988, soon to be 89. Popping the cork for the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah. New Year.
What a
Everybody, when you get your glass filled, turn to Mary James with a toast so the film can get all your faces.
Ha!
Say, live or bust.
I was gonna.
Crazy about those.
Cheers.
Hold it down low and look at Mary James with your cheers, like you're cheering to the camera.
Mary James.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, y'all come fit.
Here we have these beautiful little girls. All the little girls look this way,
Straight from the
please.
slopes.
Straight from the rainy slopes. And here we have these great little boys over here. Look up this way, boys. Warner, Edward.
Edward.
Hello, hello.
McFay, McFly.
McFly, come in.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Here's to the finest champagne in this county.
No question about it.
There is no question about it.
Here's the joys and the good life. Hooray! Woo! Happy New Year! I seen enough of that, thank you.
Oh my, this battery's about out too.
What have we got?
Look at this wonderful party.
Look over there. Look at the pool table.
Oh, you decorated. Look up there. We've got music. Look at it's decorated over there. Look at all the lamps are
You
decorated.
have to give all the girls some credit because we bought all and Edward. Shut up. Not.
Emily Lawrence just turned into a teenager.
Hey, come on. Come on, girl, stand. I'm happy dancing. Don't
Where's Amanda's partner? We've lost her partner. Where's your dancing partner? Amanda, you just been that's just sad. I tried to
Close the squeeze now. One, two. One, two, three. Look at all of them. Okay. Have one each. Pony animal.
I'm knocking down the house. Mr. Rayvon, this is my favorite thing.
Keep my hands on business.
It's a video contest.
I don't have much battery.
You better get it now.
To you.
Good morning to you.
Good.
Finding our places
I had a
with
great
sunshine.
I had a great big, long, wide, king-size bed with a fireplace, and for 2 nights I have not used it. I've been down on the couch, coughing and sniffing. It's no fun.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Oh.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mary Jane.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Camera.
And the only one who hasn't said good morning is the little fella back
Edward, say
here.
good morning to you. Edward.
Say good morning to you.
Good morning
As we
to
get the
you.
backside.
Good morning to Mary James. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Bobby waiting for the puppy. A bit anxious, very excited. He's never been on time to pick me up. Finally arrived.
Put your paw right over there. Isn't that nice?
Arrived and she's greeting the family.
She's pretty, isn't she?
So I was a little reluctant to come out of my crate, but once I did, I checked everybody out and snuggled up. Hey, Isabel. Say, I don't know who you're talking to.
Killer. Very. Stand up. Let's see what you look like. Come on. She's got a lot of black, hasn't she? A lot of black. Managed to be black? Yes, she.
Friend, she just curls right up.
Gets right in there. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Look at those paws, would you? They're huge. Big, big. Yeah, you do have big feet.
Warner when he first meets Isabel. What do you think, Warner?
Cute.
You like her? I think she likes you.
She does. I got a treat for you, girl. Hey, look, she.
You took that to school so that I wouldn't be able to. She sees it too.
You're a rowdy thing.
She's gonna have to play with the paper. Don't let her go, Warren. She doesn't have a leash. Grip the paper so it doesn't blow. Okay, get the paper. Pick up the paper. We got to go. Isabel.
Her and me have a secret name.
Look at me, Warner and Isabel. Isabel.
You're a cute thing. You know that? She's soft.
Uh-huh.
See, she has a bell. Hey, darling. Can I hold this leash and you'll take my books up? Hey, Isabel, you're just so
Be easy. This is the first time Emily's seen her. Don't let her get off on her leash.
Puppy smells my dog. Come on, Isabel. Come on.
We've met them at school. Emily's gotten off the bus. And
How old is she?
14 weeks. Her birthday's September the 21st.
You already had a birthday, haven't you?
See, that's the day I was born.
Yeah. You like it. Look. Is your eye chewed on it? No. Come on. Okay, just stay like this. Yes.
Isabel, I'm sorry. What's Isabel? Look at Chelsea. Look at see. Isabel shakes. Sassy, how do you do? And Isabel shakes. Chelsea, that's not real cute. No, it's Isabel. Come here, Chelsea. Isabel. I want you to see a dog to play. Chelsea. Chelsea, come here. Look. Chelsea. Chelsea.
Are we going to be friends? Huh?
Chelsea, look at this dog.
Elle and Emily out for a walk.
Isabel. Yes. Isabel. She is our Springer Spaniel, and she's a girl. She's black and white. She's the first dog except for one, but we had to give it away because we were just too little for a dog. Now we're older. Don't eat. Wait, get us over here. Over here.
Ooh, playing with a pine cone.
Yeah, she likes that pine cone, don't she, girl? Let's get your pine cone. Whee! You're up for it. Whee! There it went. Yeah. Got it. I got your pine cone. Whee! Whee! Woo! You get it. Good girl. Get her.
Isabel and her pine cone. Birthday party, 1989. Mary Cheatham, except this is her 88th birthday. Whoops, and there's Neil Ann. Here is Elizabeth Brantley. Sharon Carr. And here is the birthday girl herself. Oh my, and here is Elizabeth Harrington, the other birthday girl. And there we have Elizabeth Brantley again.
Put your skate in the air.
I can't see a person in here.
Disco skate. Here we have all the boys trying to get pretty for the girls.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Turn around. Turn around.
Charlie.
Wow.
I'll get you with
Y'all
my
look
spike.
great. Let me get over here. Maybe I can get better light. Y'all look slick. Emily, meet the boys.
I always do this, Mom. We do? Oh, yeah, that's right. You did it back last year. Oh, no, you're making it come down. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you.
Slow down. Good.
Hi, I'm Warren Lawrence.
Elizabeth and Emily.
Emily.
All right, now let's everybody yell for your lucky number now as we roll. 4. Let's have those skaters under number 4, please. Stay on the skating surface. And every...
Who has come to visit Isabel. Peanut Butter is a shy dog. Isabel. Around her neck. What do you have, peanut butter?
Isabel? Come here, Isabel.
Look, peanut butter's brought you a present.
Look, Izzy.
Do you see that?
Look at here.
Oh, my.
Look at that.
Oh, treats.
What have we got?
She said, I've got my kennel over here.
Maybe you didn't know if that was allowed.
January 1989.
Last night when that graphite we got on the pencil.
Here is the car.
I think that is better. I like that.
Whose is that?
Brad's. Corman.
Lordy, that doesn't surprise me.
Leggings in the car? Oh, that's nice. Oh, you made a hot dog? I can't use the same one. I know. Nice people almost last year.
You're not the only one in this family who can hear, you know.
You're something else.
When the people you love come through loud and clear.
I love you too.
That's AT&T.
Reach out and touch someone.
You'll get it. Do it one more time.
I got it! Fever! We got it too!
Fever?
We got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Fever.
It's that deep fried taste.
Fever.
It's that crispy crunch.
Fever.
Wow, now I've got it.
Fever. We got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Fever!
I wondered what you and Kelly were up to. I was beginning to worry. Now I know a good reason. Who are these people that were after Mason?
I haven't the slightest idea, except that they're pretty damn dangerous. And then again, I suppose Mason does have his fair share of enemies, doesn't he?
Yes, I'm sure he does. But why would they go after Kelly?
You know, that's exactly what Crew said. You see, we got to thinking that whoever made the attempts on Mason's and Kelly's lives was somehow tied up with Eden and what happened to her. But if we're right, man, if we're right, it actually suggests that there's just one motive and one person behind this whole thing.
You gonna be all right by yourself?
Oh, yeah, I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, well, that happens. Look, don't be so discouraged.
I can't help it. For the last 6 weeks, I've been staring at that door waiting for Mason to come through it, and now he may not come home at all. I just feel so alone. I'm sorry. I know you feel the same way. You know, I'd really admire your courage to go it alone.
It's not always as easy as I may make it look. However, your situation is more critical than mine at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. I could tell from Cece's attitude today that he wants to get custody of Chip back.
He doesn't have any grounds.
Oh, he'll make the grounds. He has a vested interest in my child, especially now that Eden's come back.
I'm not sure I'm following you. You're talking about Chip's inheritance. What does that have to do with Eden?
Just that after almost losing Eden, he probably wants his family all around him, you know.
Yeah, well, don't worry about CC right now. Just keep your mind on the trial and keep your mind on yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to win this trial. I'm going to walk out of that courtroom free and clear. I'm not going to consider the possibility of losing.
That's a good attitude. That'll help us keep it up. I'm going home to see my daughter. I'll call you later.
Good. Thank you for everything.
I just saw Jeffrey.
Really? You wanted me to know? How strange. But now that you're here, why don't